You know, you can definitely tell Vince McMahon is not running WWE anymore because what happened at the WrestleMania 40 press conference in Las Vegas this week probably will go down as the moment where WWE shifted from PG 13 to R rated. Now, of course, for those three people out there that don't know, the son of Dusty Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, recently won the Royal Rumble and gets to choose which opponent he has for WrestleMania. Either undisputed champion Roman Reigns, who I think has been there 3.5 years too long, and Seth Rollins, and I don't even think he's championship worthy because he jobbed more in the last 2 years than probably Bailey. Now, the press conference went off the rails from the start because how is it set up? Last week on SmackDown, there was all the indication that The Rock was going to take Cody's spot against Roman Reigns and Cody would be forced to take on Seth Rollins. But here's what happened. Now, as of the press conference went along, Seth Rollins appeared and he said he wanted to know what the WrestleMania main event was going to be. Now, while attempting to introduce Cody Rhodes, Rollins was interrupted by Roman Reigns. Las Vegas acknowledged Reigns with cheers and brief tribal chief chants, according to Forbes. This led to a confrontation between Reigns and Rollins, who opened the festivities with, "He showed up to work once." Reigns clapped back and said Rollins showed up to work in his wife's shoes. And Rollins basically said, "Well, thank you. I think she picked him out for me." Now, the two talked over each other before Reigns continued by calling Rhodes Mr. Hesitation. As a result, Reigns said tonight he chooses who faces him in a main event of WrestleMania, and he chooses The Rock. Now, The Rock eventually walked out. Now, here's what's happening the last few days. The Rock is turning into a heel because he made every indication he wanted to take on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Now, when The Rock walked out, he was dressed in all black and Black Adam vibes going on to accept the challenge. He received mostly cheers, but was eventually booed a second time his music shut off. Amid the boos, there were some Rocky chants mixed in with Cody chants. Rock did his final line as anticipation built. Rock asked whether fans thought he was going to beat the tribal chief, and they chanted, "We want Cody." Rock asked if fans thought this would be the biggest main event in WWE history, and eventually got booed. Now, frustrated Rock, who is a big part of the next Netflix deal, so this could have been kayfabe or protecting his business interests, introduced the press and the millions watching at home to the Cody crybabies. This caused loud boos. Rock showed the crowd his family bloodline tree and was jeered even more. Now, this is ironic because I think this is the first time that WWE has even recognized the what they call the Maivia family tree or the impact it's had on wrestling since the 1930s. Now, Rock also had to battle with what chants, which he was kind of egging on. Now, Rock seemed to go full heel by telling the crowd, if you don't think Rock versus Roman isn't the biggest main event in WrestleMania history, it doesn't matter what you think. The Rock said whether fans like it or don't like it, Rock and Roman are the biggest main event in WrestleMania history, bound by blood, and then hugged Roman Reigns. Now, Cody Rhodes then walks out to massive cheers, and Rhodes, in an ironic twist, uses profanity for the first time I remember on a WWE event. He said, "This right here is bullshit." Now, here's where it went from here, and it went kind of shooting off the rails. Now, Rhodes said it's not Reigns' choice to choose whether whom he faces at WrestleMania. Rhodes then said he has made his decision. At WrestleMania 40, the main event, he chooses Roman Reigns. The fans exploded in cheers, with poor Seth Rollins standing off to the side, forgotten. Reigns told Rhodes to go to the loser's bracket with the other number twos and the dummy in green, which is Rollins, who was dressed in green that night. Reigns called Rhodes' dad irrelevant, Dusty Rhodes, and Rhodes responded by telling Reigns he doesn't have family, he has goons, and none of them have been doing any of the cooking for 2 years. Rhodes said if Reigns' grandfather or the Peter Maivia crowd were here and still alive, they'd be ashamed of Roman Reigns. Heel Rock said that when Cody's talking about Reigns' family, he's talking about the Rock's family. When he's talking about Reigns' ancestors, he's talking about Rocky's ancestors. When he's talking about Reigns' blood, he's talking about Rock's blood. Rock proceeded to slap Rhodes as the skirmish broke out. Now, Rollins and Rock got into a very strange, profanity-laced shouting match as Seth stormed off and the crowd booed the Rock out of the damn building. with no fake dirt sheet reporters getting stonewalled by wrestlers who don't respect him. This was WWE's greatest press conference ever. Following the press conference, The Rock and Triple H had curse words with each other during a backstage segment, much to the chagrin of Canadian reporter Jackie Redmond, who basically, I'm not sure if she was acting, but her mouth was agape. And the road to WrestleMania figures to be wild. Now, on Friday SmackDown, Triple H basically said, I run the show, and it's going to be, again, Cody Rhodes against The Rock. But here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much pushback against the possibility of Rock taking Cody's spot, especially after Cody was jerked around for the title at last year's WrestleMania. I really think, in my personal opinion, this is not kayfabe. A lot of people out there do not like The Rock coming back and usurping. They'll put up with John Cena, and the best one was CM Punk looking on. He said, somebody should slap Rock across the face. Yeah, he was doing LA. Now, that's the guy's lost and misses, LA Knight. Now, what's going on right now? There's a multi-phase tournament of 16. It's going to determine Elimination Chamber, and the winner of that will take on Seth Rollins. But I think what's going to be happening, too, there was no Gunter in the list, so I think there's going to be a play with that. But as it stands right now, compared to last week, Cody Rhodes is a new Bryan Danielson. Seth Rollins is irrelevant. Roman Reigns is basically still a bullshit artist going on. The Rock is now a heel, and we don't know if it's kayfabe heel or whatever. And Triple H is now a face, and the world is topsy-turvy. And Pat McAfee's in the background just soaking up the dollars, like, soaking up the gravy with a piece of bread after the main kids have left the table. But I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be put out. This is my prediction for WrestleMania. I don't know what the hell's going on, because we still got 2 months to go. So it depends on the Netflix deal, because I think they're trying to, like an R-rated version of WWE. No nudity, of course, but like profanity and kind of more shoots. It could work or not work, because will WWE Universe put up with another year of Roman Reigns a champion? Take the fucking belt off that cocksucker. He's been there way too long. He's no Bruno Sammartino. Okay? You got Logan Paul diminishing the U.S. belt. I'm talking kayfabe here. By the way, Vince McMahon should be arrested twice for allowing Shawn Michaels to rape the Canadian flag in '97 at the screw job, and for killing Owen Hart. So if anybody listening to this wants to see Vince McMahon charged criminally for both of those occurrences, that'd be a nice shoot for next Christmas, to see Vince McMahon finally in jail. He's basically ruined so many careers. But the female, the Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley feud, bottom top, has to be checked out. I don't even think I can get away with the comments from their, what they call confrontation at the event. It could be this, Nia Jax should show up and beat both of them. Who knows? Crazy things have happened. We need to take the belt off that fucker Roman Reigns. Tiresome. LA Knight is champion, but put it on AJ Styles, put it on, I'll even put up with Lashley. Can you imagine how deeply I've gone to the, gone down? But Roman Reigns is the most undeserving longtime world heavyweight champion in pro wrestling of all time. Undeserving. He doesn't wrestle. I'm sorry he had cancer, but I don't want him representing any wrestling federation. I mean, you look at the great champions through the years, the pure champions like Nick Bockwinkel and Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, Sting. By the way, Sting won the tag team title in '80 this week, was great. So a lot going on in wrestling. If you like what we're doing here with our wrestling coverage, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And by the way, I like my Samoan wrestlers, but it's like this. I like eating pig too, but I don't like eating 16 pounds of pig every week. That's what Roman Reigns is. He comes across like a very large buffet that's, lukewarm and not hot like it should be. Like I said, and The Rock, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, how many millions of dollars does he want? And he's looked like he's back on steroids. That's what he looks like. So that's a concern too. Have a good one. Bye.